All right. Good morning, y'all. So just wanted to make a quick video to discuss the upcoming game and make my prediction for today's game um, between the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Um, I'm excited. I'm glad football is back, but more especially, I'm just glad that I get to watch the Commanders play uh, meaningful games. Um, so just want to get straight into it. Um, my keys for the game for the Commanders to be able to pull out a victory will be the Commanders' running game, the Commanders' pass rush, and run stopping defense, and then the pass defense because we are going up against some talented receivers, and obviously Baker Mayfield, the quarterback for the Buccaneers, is coming off a strong season. So I think those are three keys that the Commanders need to perform well in order to pull off the victory. As far as the running game, obviously Brian Robinson will be the lead back, but obviously we have a veteran running back behind him who will probably be, if not splitting carries, uh, uh, definitely will be substituting in for I would say, substantial amount of the carries for Brian Robinson. But I'm excited to see Brian Robinson. He came off a strong year last year. A lot of people, including myself, are expecting a strong year, a breakout year from Brian Robinson. I have him on my fantasy, so obviously rooting for him to have a big game. But obviously, um, in order for him to have a game, the O line has to come together and perform. Past seasons, we've struggled with the offensive line, being mediocre at best. So hopefully, the new additions um, in the offensive line come out and perform strong and show that they were worth the investment. Tyler Biadasz, Dieter, Allegretti. These are all new additions that are coming over from via free agency. Uh, Obviously, Coleman, the rookie left tackle, will be starting. I'm excited to see what he does against NFL competition. Um, I think he will have a good rookie year. At least I'm hoping for. But obviously, nothing's guaranteed. This is NFL, so we will see. I'm just hoping that he is the guy and the answer at left tackle. We've been missing a solid left tackle since Trent Williams left. I've always said that Cornelius Lucas is a good tackle and a good viable option, so it's good that we have him on rotation. Uh, Obviously, we have some backup guards and linemen who played last year in the starting rotation, so it's always good to have those backups who have starting experience ready to go. Defensive line on the defensive side of the game, the second key, obviously the pass rush and the run stopping defense. New additions. Obviously, we have Dante Fowler, we have Dorian Armstrong, we have Colin Farrell, I believe. If I botched the name, some of you can correct me. Um, these are new additions who, as I mentioned about the offensive line, the new additions, we're looking forward for them to uh, perform and show that they were worth the investment and are able to perform. Um, Dorian Armstrong, obviously, he got paid a good amount of money. Is familiar with the system, familiar with Dan Quinn, and all the other coaches that Dan Quinn brought with him. With Joe Witt Jr., obviously the defensive coordinator. I'm hoping that he has a big game. I'm hoping that we are able to get after Baker Mayfield, because obviously they have some pretty good wide receivers um, on that side, on the Buccaneers side. Um, Baker Mayfield, if you give him time, he'll shred you. Mike Evans, if the quarterback has time, he will also shred you. So we're going to keep him contained in the way he does pass rush. Um, but mainly, what's important is the run stop defense. If you can't stop the run, then you don't have a chance against the pass. Uh, that's going to be key. Uh, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, they've been here for a while. I'm looking for big years from them, and not just standard uh, standard years where it's like I played good enough to warrant a new contract, or good enough to make the Pro Bowl and say that, hey, I had a solid year. This is a year where we're expecting them to be to show that level that everybody expects them to play at, uh, that game wrecker, difference maker. You know, these should be guys that could be moving all over the defensive line and just be matchup nightmares for the opposing team. So I'm looking for them to show out and to really give that spark, give that energy that the team needs. Um, Obviously, Dante Fowler, Dorrance Armstrong, Colin Farrell all are also going to be key to the run stopping game. So it's not just about pass rush with them; they also need to perform in the run game. So looking forward that they all perform in unison and are able to dominate out there. Obviously, I think Dan Quinn is a great defensive coach, so I'm looking forward to a great defensive performance. Um, Linebackers, Bobby Wagner, I'm looking for that leadership out there to lead those men and have a good game. Obviously, Chin, all the new additions, I'm looking forward to them to have a big game. But my main concern here is the defensive backs. We all know about Emmanuel Forbes. We've seen him get burned by big time receivers. Obviously, we have Mike Evans and Godwin in this game. Those are very good receivers. Mike Evans is a great receiver, so looking forward to what that's going to look like. If it's just single coverage out there with Emmanuel Forbes, I do foresee him getting burned. But last year, Emmanuel Forbes, in the beginning of the year had some good games, but and actually had a lot of interception opportunities, but just dropped them. So he's just very inconsistent. He can have a very good game, very bad game. I'm just hoping that with Dan Quinn as a head coach, the new defensive staff, new DB coaches, all that stuff, he has new confidence and is able to perform. Michael Davis, the corner coming over from the Chargers via free agency. I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the table. He has a lot to prove out there. He's had a lot of starts under his belt, but obviously he's not somebody who you could say like, oh, he's a great corner in the league. No, he's a solid cornerback, but we're looking for a great performance from everybody to keep those receivers in check. Jeremy Chin, Quan Martin, those guys in the safety, see how they rotate them. I believe Derek Forrest could be a big impact. I know he's not named as a starter, but I think that last year he was making plays while he was still healthy enough to play, and he's somebody who I always see as somebody who can come up and make plays. So I'm hoping that he performs. I'm hoping for the whole team. I'm excited. My prediction for this game is that the Commanders will pull out the win. Hopefully that becomes true, but we'll see. The Buccaneers are obviously a playoff team last year, so they are looking to make another step forward. So they also have a lot to prove. They have a lot of motivation, but I think that the Commanders, with a new head coach, new regime, new ownership, new GM, new players, new leadership, new veteran leadership, the rookies and everything put together, QB, the new quarterback, Jaden Daniels, the rookie. I think the Commanders will pull out the victory and start off the season on the right foot. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't speak about Jaden Daniels in his first game. I'm just hoping that he settles in. I hope that the Commanders put him in the right position to win. I hope that uh, he's not dependent upon a lot right off the bat. I hope Brian Robinson and Eckler can carry that load, and I hope I do see that him making some plays with his legs, and I think people will be kind of not surprised because in college he showed he has a good arm, but I think a lot of people are making more out of his legs than his arm. But I think he will have a solid passing performance. My key player for the offense to perform. Obviously we know McLaurin, we know about Zach Ertz. We know those guys have performed throughout their career. I think De'Ami Brown is the key to the passing game. If he can be that number 2 and step up and be that deep threat, I think this offense will take off, and I think it will be a great game overall. So, all right, guys, that's my prediction. That's my analysis for today's game. I'm excited. I hope everybody enjoys their Sunday. Yeah, see y'all.